One of my favorite things about nomad life is meeting other nomads and touring their vans. I love being able to share these vans with you to give you inspiration for what you might want in your van. For me, every van has at least some interesting idea that I haven't seen before. And I love how each van reflects the priorities of those who live in it. In this video, we get to tour a gorgeous self-built Sprinter that looks like an upscale apartment on wheels. Tenaj and Tino built this van together with no experience after COVID put a crimp in their international travel adventures. Their van features a front convertible sofa guest bed area, a galley kitchen with a 2-burner stove, an indoor shower, a composting toilet, and a beautiful fixed platform bed.
My name is Tenaj, and my channel is actually Tenaj and Tino. We have a channel on YouTube where we discuss building a van, living in a van, everything van related. And you can also find us on Instagram, Tenaj and Tino, Facebook, Tenaj and Tino. Every social media platform you can think of, we're there as Tenaj and Tino. This actually is Alexandra Lopez, and Faustino and I came up with that name because it's kind of where we first started. The first street I stayed on and the first street he stayed on, and they were actually right around the corner from each other. So we named her Alex. So Alex is a 170 wheelbase Sprinter. The year is 2014, and it took us a year to build her. We picked her up in Arizona and we drove her back to New Orleans, and we worked on her from August until August. I actually thought it would take 3 months, but that's not what happened. It took a year, but I couldn't be more excited. I'm super proud of the outcome.
Nice.
Yeah. Welcome to our home. So as you walk into the front door, we call it the front door. As you walk into the front door, the first thing that you're going to see is our sofa. And usually it's in the couch mode because it's just so much easier to have in couch mode. But this actually is a dining area where there's 2 chairs, there's a table, a lagoon table that swivels all the way around. And we would prefer to have it like this because it's just more comfortable. It's just more comfortable. So as you leave this side, I'm going to take you over here right quick because I'm so close to our countertop. So this is my baby. This is my 8-foot butcher block countertop. Now, of course, it's not the whole entire 8 feet is not right here, although it is super long. So what we did was we were able to chop it up a little bit. So we have the counter space, and then I also have an extended counter space, which comes in handy when Faustino is doing all the cooking, because he does. So it definitely comes in handy. We have a 2-burner Ramblewood stove. We use the 1-pound canisters of propane, and it seems to last us about almost 2 weeks. And that's with him cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner on most days. This faucet I got from Amazon, it's really nice because when I thought about it, I was thinking about ways that we can utilize it not only in the van, but maybe outside of the van. So on our recent trip to Baja, I realized that this definitely came in handy because what I can do is I can just turn it around and I can spray our feet out. That way, most of the sand stays on the beach and just a little bit of it comes into the van. So let's see. I decided also to go with this dark sink, and it's super deep. So right here we have a lot of storage. At this point, we're actually trying to find things that we can put in our cabinets because we just have so many. But let me show you what we have in here now. So in our very first cabinet, we have everything dog related. So here in the second cabinet, we have everything coffee. We have the coffee beans, the coffee pot, the French press. I mean, everything coffee. So if you guys see us on the road and you need some coffee, you know where to come. So in our last cabinet here at the top, this is actually like a snack cabinet. Like I told you guys before, we were looking for things to put in our cabinets. In this particular cabinet, we have all of our snacks. So here I can take you to the bottom. Under the bottom, we also have storage. Now this, it actually lifts up. And in this bin, we have things like shoes and outdoor gear, like backpacks, things that we take on hikes. And in our second bin, it pulls out and it flips up, and we have things like extra comforters, sheets, blankets, and things like that. So the good thing about this is not only is it a dining area that has 2 seats and a table, but it also turns into a second bed. So we have 2 swivel chairs in the front. The swivel chair on the driver's side kind of turns around, and it makes this space even longer. Super comfortable. What I did when I was making this was I bought a twin memory foam mattress, and I cut it up into sections. First time doing upholstery and everything, but it came out pretty cool, and I must say it's super comfortable. So the only help that we had with the build was the cabinets. We knew from the beginning that we were not carpentry people. So we have a friend who has a woodworking garage, and we stayed with him for about a month and a half. So he helped us with the cabinets, but we were there actually helping him, you know, painting and sanding and things like that. But everything else in the van we did. No experience, just lots and lots of YouTube videos. Nice. So we did the plumbing ourselves, we did the electrical ourselves, we did the build, we came out with the layout, just everything was us. The upper kitchen cabinets, we only have one cabinet basically designated for kitchen things. So in this cabinet, we keep things like tea, what else do we keep? Seasonings, things like that. Mm-hmm. So my second cabinet, I have things that make the van smell good. I have my air purifier, I have candles, I have oils, essential oils, things like that. So this is not a kitchen cabinet, but we do have some kitchen things up here because there's some brown sugar, and yeah, that's basically it. But it was originally meant for my oils. It just turned into something else. As we move on to more cabinetry. So in my lower kitchen cabinet area, what we have is the first drawer. The first drawer is it's probably like everybody else's first drawer. There is forks and spoons, knives, things like that, all type of cutlery. And what I did was I actually went on Amazon and I bought these little dividers just so it wouldn't be a mess in there every time I open. And then our drawers are so deep that the only way that we can actually use all of this space is to have the stackers. So that's what's in there. My second drawer consists of things like plates and towels and yeah, just things like that. We don't have too many plates. We may have 2 plates, 2 forks, 2 cups, something like that. But also, let's see, in my third drawer we have pots. So that's the kitchen cabinets. Now here under the sink I have more storage. So under the sink I have things like cleaning supplies. So everything is basically at my fingertips. And yeah, it's lots of storage down there, and also more spices. We're from New Orleans, so yeah, we like it kind of spicy. Moving right along, if you come back here, you'll see our 3.3 cubic foot refrigerator. Absolutely love it. We stack it. There's a small freezer at the top. I can get a pint of ice cream in there. And yeah, we just love it. We've actually been off grid, and we stacked the refrigerator for about 6 days, and we did pretty good. We actually had food left over. Here, we actually have more storage. So what we did was we took the easy way out, and we got some slides from Home Depot. So what happens is I can just put things on here, and it actually slides out. And I can use that space also for things that don't fit in the cabinets, like my ketchup or my condiments, or things like Reynolds wrap, you know, things that are way too long to fit in the upper cabinets. And yeah, so that's it for my kitchen cabinets. There are a lot, I know. We get a lot of questions, and most of our questions about the van is, why didn't you just pay someone to build it? And my response is just, Why would I? I mean, we are capable, fully capable of doing all of this ourselves, and we did. And the thing about it is that I knew that I wasn't going to take shortcuts with my van. I knew that I was going to buy all the best materials. I knew that I was going to do it right until it was finished, and that's exactly what we did. So we can't have that guarantee if we have someone else do the van. So yes, it did take a year, but I couldn't be more happier with the outcome. Even though it took a year, I couldn't be more happier with the outcome because I did it myself. But I was such a, I love the best of this and this and this. And so none of my friends could ever see me in a van. But I mean, I made it Tenaj-esque. So it's super comfortable and I love it. Welcome to our bedroom. Not too far from our kitchen, but it's here and it's super comfortable. So what we did with the bed was we bought a memory foam 10-inch mattress. And we did some cutting, but it turned out pretty good. We didn't cut, it was a queen size mattress, and we didn't have to cut too much to kind of fit her in. Now we decided to go with the high bed because we wanted more storage, right? Although we don't need a whole lot more storage, it's just nice to know that if you want it or if you need it, it's available. So underneath the bed, we have room for lots of storage. Now, since we're talking about storage, let's talk about our upper storage. So our upper cabinets here over the bed, we have 2 for Faustino, and then we have 2 for myself. Now, one of Faustino's cabinets has clothes, and the other cabinet is like a catch-all for Faustino. Now, here on my side, both of my cabinets are used for clothes. What I decided to do was I decided to get some packing cubes. I'm able to put way more clothing items inside of the cubes, which I probably shouldn't, but yeah, more room, more space to put more clothes. So. So that's what we have in my cabinets. Now, if you come over here, you'll see that we have a full closet. We can hang things in our closet, but we don't have anything to hang up. So what we did was we added 4 shelves in our closet. On our first shelf, we have basically a lot of things that we need in here to monitor, to make the van run. So we have our water gauge in here that lets us know how full or empty our water tank is. We also have our Victron energy monitor in here that lets us know what our battery life is on. We have our WeBoost that's in here as well. We added some USB plugs just so we can have something close to the bed. Then we have hooks where we have our essential caravan things like walkie-talkies and headlamps. Second shelf is just toiletries, obviously. The third shelf, we have things like towels and extra lotions, things like that. And on our last and final shelf, we have books and extra napkins and paper towels, things like that. Now on our door, we did add 2 hooks for our bags. And these are the bags that we take into the gym or that we take hiking. So here's our bathroom. We have a standard size RV shower pan. We actually went ahead and went with the Nature's Head composting toilet. So we decided also to go with the Nivea shower head, and we absolutely love the Nivea shower head. So as for water, now you guys are probably wondering, how much water do we have? We actually have a 33-gallon freshwater tank. We have a 15-gallon gray water tank, and we on this side, and we also have a 3-gallon gray water tank underneath the sink on this side. So what happens is when the 3-gallon gets full, we just press a button underneath the sink and it dumps the water from the 3-gallon into the 15-gallon on the other side of the van.
So, how you doing? I'm Faustino, Tenaj's husband, and I'm going to show you the back. We have 600 amp hours of battle-borne batteries. We have a hot water heater, and then we have an RV water filter from the RV water filter store. We have a 3,000 watt inverter, and there's our water gallon, and that's basically it. Everything's easy to get to, everything slides out, and this is basically everything that we carry. All our little winter clothes and extra things that we need, and that's it.
Gorgeous, right? I love what Tenaj said about building it themselves. Even without experience, you can figure it out, and you'll know exactly how everything was built and use the materials that you want. If you liked this video, please share it, and if you'd like to see more van and rig tours, van life tips, and other information to help women get on the road, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I do appreciate your thoughtful comments, and if you'd like to join in deeper conversation, join my Facebook group, Gal Adventurers. This is Joni with the Galavan. Enjoy your journey.